not luxury, it is not a Western idea, and it is not a spiritual weakness. It is a foundation of how we live, work, and survive. Today, we are moving the conversation from madness to mental integrity. This is Inside Healthcare Podcast, where we unpack healthcare beyond the surface. My name is Sims, and I have
Ifeoluwa.
Eniola
this
is
is
inside
Inside
healthcare
Healthcare
podcast
Podcast,
where
where every
every
voice
voice matters.
matters.
So today we have in our midst our guest for today, Mr. Babalola Praise, who is a psychology graduate of the prestigious Premier University in Nigeria, the University of Ibadan, with academic training in abnormal psychology, developmental psychology, physiological psychology, and social psychology, which are fields that focus directly on understanding the mental health behavior and well being of human beings. He is also certified in human research and research study design through the CITI program under the Center for Bioethics and Research, equipping him with ethical and research based approaches to mental health advocacy. Driven by a deep personal interest in psychological well being, Praise is passionate about promoting mental awareness among individuals and communities. You're welcome once again.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Mr. Praise.
You're welcome, Mr. Praise.
A very large.
Indeed.
Okay, so back to our discussion. So, today we'll be talking about mental health. More like mental health is not luxury, not a luxury. Mr. Praise, I feel like before we even dive into the normal convo, let us know what mental health is like. Okay, this in Nigeria, now let me just put it because we are in Nigeria. Let me just say it. Once you hear mental health, it means maybe somebody is not is. Let me just put it as mad, or you don't know, because then I used to think this person is mad when they say mental health. So what exactly do we call mental health?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, mental health is the psychological and the emotional, as well as the behavioral well-being of a person. It has to do with the way a person thinks, talks, and behaves in the environment, behaves with people. In summary, it has to do with the everyday life of the person and how the person um, fears in those particular areas of life. Mental health is not madness. No, it's far from that. That's has to. It's a different spectrum. Mental health and mental. That would be under the range of mental illness. Not that, and we don't even call it madness. If but let's leave that one for another time. We don't call it madness like that. It's not madness. So it's called mental illness. So the difference between mental health and mental illness it's just that mental health deals with your everyday life and how you cope with your everyday life, everyday activities, and how you're able to cope with stress and everything like that. While the mental illness, it goes further. It has to do with things like anxiety disorders, depression, schizophrenia, and some other mental illnesses like that. So that's just the main difference between them. Mental illness is like an injury that has to be it has to be diagnosed by a doctor or by a clinical psychologist before you can be sure that okay, I have a mental illness. But if it hasn't been diagnosed, you can't call it a mental illness yet. You're still in the first stage of you don't even know what you have yet. So it's not once it has been diagnosed by a clinical psychologist or by a doctor before you can call it a
Mental illness.
mental illness.
Okay, sorry, you said something the other time that it's the way people think, like when it comes to mental illness, it's the way they think. So a question just dropped in my mind that okay, we have different perspective as human beings, right? So what if probably me as a person, I miss 10 people, I have a different perspective. Does that mean I'm mentally ill?
No, no,
totally different from
no,
those like
no.
other Nigerians.
That one is main character syndrome. No, it doesn't mean that you are different. No, it doesn't mean there are many variables that are in play before you can actually say somebody is mentally ill. There are many things that would actually you'd have looked at. There's the DSM manual, diagnostic statistical manual. We have the current one is DSM-5. That's the one that tells us and lets us know it's from the symptoms that we get to diagnose a patient or a client that okay, this person has this particular mental illness.
Illness.
Not that because you don't
Okay.
because you think a particular way, then that one is main character syndrome is different.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at Nigeria today, looking at the our society today. I love using Nigeria because I mean
Yeah.
It's a
we
good
are here,
one.
yeah, it's a good
Example.
example. We know that even maybe let's say 80% of people of graduates now, they people are graduating every year, yeah. 80% of people they don't get a job, they don't, you understand. So and it's obvious that most people are affected because of this. So please, I want you to tell us how does unemployment or probably underemployment, oh I'm doing this and I'm not, this is not what I want, this is not supposed to be what I'm earning, my income kind of. Can you explain to us how it can affect self work or mental health, yeah, basically.
Okay. I'll start with what self-esteem is. Self-esteem is the way you see yourself, and there we have the low self-esteem and we have the high self-esteem. Low self-esteem is thinking you are not worthy of something, or you are thinking less of yourself. While the high self-esteem is when you think too highly of yourself. Actually, there should be a balance between the two. So, graduates not getting a job and feeling less of themselves, thereby resulting into things like them being sad or them being let's not say depressed, let's not move to depressed, or them being sad or them feeling like they are not worthy or them feeling less of themselves amongst their peers has to do with also has to do with stress. When stress is normal for everybody gets stressed. When the stress is prolonged, when it goes past, okay, 2 days, 3 days, you're still feeling down, you're still feeling sad, you are creeping into another domain that way. You can feel stressed and just take a nap and then be fine. But then you take a nap, you wake up, you're still stressed. You wake up, you're still feeling headache. You wake up, you don't get yourself, you're still ruminating on different kind of thoughts. You sit down, your head's bowed into your hands, you're just thinking and thinking and thinking. That particular thing, actually, that particular thing can lead to a mental illness.
Okay.
But speaking of unemployment leading to mental illness, unemployment is a it plays a very big major role in the current state of why our youth are being diagnosed with lots of depression lately and low self-esteem and more of that. And it can also cause anxiety too, because you can okay, let's take for example you submitted your CVs to different companies, and then you're expecting, okay, your phone excuse me, any single notification on your phone, you rush, you pick up your phone, you check, oh man, I just MTN, you drop it, another one comes in, it's just one bonus. You keep doing that, keep doing that. You are going online, you are searching, you are checking the televisions, you are playing different kind of stations on the radio. Little by little, anxiety begins to build up in your system. You are getting more anxious. You're getting more anxious. From that, it can lead you into an anxiety disorder. From that unemployment status too, you can get a phobia also from it. Let's take for instance, you've submitted your CVs also using that same example to many different organizations, and then you've encountered lots of rejections. From there, okay, let's say okay, then you go they call you for an interview. You head to the organization for the interview, and then they reject you first time, second time. You've submitted your CV for like 10 different organizations, all of them has rejected you. They've all rejected you. From there, a phobia can arise, and it can also become a disorder from that particular phobia. Because when you keep meeting with various setbacks in a particular thing, you'll be scared. Okay, you have to start racing, you have to start pounding. I'm going to this place again. What will I meet here? What will I meet here? Will they also reject me? Will they also reject me? Anxiety, disorder, and phobia, they can both coexist in a person, and it's not a nice experience. Anxiety disorders lead to panic attacks sometimes. Have you seen a real life panic attack before? You don't want to. It's not nice. It's not very nice. It involves where the person is short of breath, and I mean you can literally not do anything. So it's that terrible. So those part unemployment can lead to things like that, and the stress part also can lead to depression when it's taking too much and too much and too much time spending. When it takes a longer duration before you get over it, can lead to depression also.
This anxiety of a thing. So how can we actually minimize it when the problem still exists? I mean, there is no job. You have been applying here and there, and you think the anxiety can go, like it cannot just go, because assuming the person gets a job now, it can work towards getting rid of that anxiety, but there's still no solution for that problem. And then a lot of problem accumulate, because that's when the person doesn't have money to eat, person doesn't have money to do this, and money is literally life. So when there is no work, there is no money. So how can we actually minimize that anxiety pending the time a solution comes?
Okay, that will be of your own accord. You will be the one that has to make up your mind. The person has to make
Okay.
up his or her mind to not be anxious. There are particular processes you have to follow. There are particular things that you have to. That's if it's not yet a disorder. Oh. If it's already a disorder, you can't do it on your own. You have to seek
Professional help.
professionals' help. But if it's not yet a disorder, if it's still just at the early stage, you can still deal with it yourself. There are many things you have to do. I think I listed some here. I'm coming.
Okay.
First, you have to prioritize your sleep. Have regular sleep. Move your body every time. Maintain a basic routine. That means exercise regularly and eat well. Eat balanced diet. Limit stimulants. Stimulants is one of the reasons. Stimulants like alcohol, cigarettes, those particular things. They make
It's
these
worse.
particular illnesses, these mental illnesses worse.
Worse.
They worsen. They don't help you. You're thinking, okay, let me just take a sip of an alcohol just to suppress
Suppress whatever I'm
or whatever
feeling.
I'm feeling. You're just making it worse. You get addicted to it. And when addiction sets in, that's another
Worsen the
different thing. It worsens
situation.
everything. You should also practice gratitude.
Okay.
I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. Thank God for whatever it is you are. Even if you don't have anything, thank God for life, for breath. Okay, now let's say okay, because some people are atheists. Let's not
Okay.
remove them out of the equation.
Okay.
No matter what, practice gratitude that you have a room to stay. Think of the positive things in your life. Don't dwell on the negative things. Positive things will help you to reduce the tension you are feeling, so you would not feel too agitated at any little news that you receive. You can still, you're still in control
Of
of
the
yourself and your
situation.
and your conscious self. Another thing is set boundaries and reduce overload. For example, create a time where you check your phones. For
Okay.
based on the example she gave, if let's take for instance you're unemployed and you're expecting a message to call you for an interview,
Interview.
you don't check your phone every minute.
Okay.
You are going to develop something that's not in your body before.
Check my phone
For
every
example,
minute.
you have to try
It's
your
the
you have
thing
to
is,
try your
I feel
best.
like it's easier said than done.
Done.
Exactly. That's why
Have
I say you have
you
to make conscious efforts.
It's just a lot.
You have to make
Because
conscious
have you met
efforts.
people, they don't have means of anything?
Of
Because
survival, no
Of
means of
yes,
survival.
these things are
so
very easy to
I
develop.
check
Oh.
my
They are
phone.
very easy to develop.
yes, they
Very,
are.
very easy to develop.
But at the same time, it's like
Not not everyone has a mental illness, but everyone
okay,
has mental health.
yeah,
Not everyone has mental illness. Every single human being has mental health. And from that mental health, if it's not properly taken care of, it can lead to a mental illness. So you now be part of the select few. So setting boundaries means you have to, like, for example, if it's 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, you check your phone in the morning. That's for morning sessions. Check your phone during that particular time. It cannot be every minute 10, from 10 to 11. Nobody cares. But let it be in that
Like
set
just
time,
one
just
hour.
that time alone. For afternoon, let it be 2 to 3, you check your phone. Then for evening, maybe 8 to 9. That's a better boundary to set than for you to just now be checking your phone
Checking.
every time, every single time. That will lead to another thing. And the next thing is to be kind to yourself. Don't don't be so hard on yourself that I must get this done. I must get this done. It has to be done. I'm a nobody. My friends, look at my friends. They are here. They are making it in life. They are this one. My friends has a Lexus. Don't compare yourself with anybody. Those particular things build up anxiety, depression. You start
Things.
thinking things that are not even there. The next thing is to connect with trusted people and limit isolation. No matter what, never be alone. No man is an island. It's a popular saying. Never stay alone. If you're feeling like you're down, Aristotle said something. He said only a beast stays alone. A man is a social being. We're meant to socialize with people.
Socialize. Yeah.
There's no way you have to have at least one person. No matter how terrible you are, you have to have at least one person. Or no matter how introverted you are, at least one person. And most people, not, let me digress a little bit. Most of everyone now, they've turned introversion and extroversion to one fine boy or fine girl thing. I don't know. I don't understand. You be hearing, I'm an introvert. Do you even know the qualities of an introvert? They just say I'm an introvert, I'm
Just
an
because
extrovert.
they
Who
don't
is an
talk to people.
introvert? Who is an extrovert? You hear people say things like also like I have OCD. You
Yes.
don't know. You don't want to have OCD.
That OCD is so
You don't want to
misused.
have OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. You don't want to have
Yes.
it. Someone say
Because
I have ADHD. You don't want to have those things. You see it on TikTok very well.
yes,
You
yes,
don't want
yes,
if you
yes.
see the
They don't know the
symptoms of
gravity of
if you see
things.
someone that actually has OCD, obsessive
You won't
compulsive
dare.
disorder, and or someone that has ADHD, you will pity the person. You and then the people just turn it one flex like okay,
Brag
things like
about
that.
it.
They brag about it. So you have to connect with trusted people. Have a social gathering where you can speak to people that you trust. Let out your everything that you have on your
Your
mind.
mind.
So at least free yourself a little. That helps with the anxiety too and other mental strain on
Illnesses.
your health. And structure your day. Don't just live your day anyhow. Structure it properly. So it reduces idleness.
Okay.
Is I'm not saying that an idle and the devil's workshop. So when you are idle, that's when you start having different kind of thoughts. You start thinking different kind of things. See that wire. Maybe I should go hang myself. Maybe that one will make me free from all this burden that I'm carrying. You have to engage yourself with things. Do something. Go to the gym. If you cannot pay for a gym, work out in your house. Do press up. Do push up. Read books. Develop yourself. If you cannot buy books, download them online. There are many things you can do than for you to now just wake up in the morning, open TikTok, from TikTok, move to Twitter, see news about rape, see news about this one, about murder, about different kind of things that will make you scared. That one will even make the situation worse.
Was
The next thing is, and the last one is to engage in joyful activities. No matter what, no matter what it is that you are going through, always try to engage in activities that gives you joy. Every man should have something that gives them joy. No matter what, you should have something that gives you joy. It might be watching movies, it might be reading books, it might be playing the piano, it might be
sleeping.
singing, it might be sleeping, it might be
Sleeping gives you
eating.
joy.
Anything that gives you joy. I mean, I love to eat. Oh, that
I
one is my
love to
life. That's why I
sleep.
mentioned it. It might be eating. So it can be any of those things. Just do something that gives you joy. That at least it keeps you sane for I wouldn't say for a while, sha, but it keeps you sane. Let's put it like that. It keeps you sane. So those are the things I listed as ways to counter
This
this
mental
particular mental health
anxiety.
issues.
So Mr. Praise, thank you. But I have a question now. Recently, we heard something on it. For me personally, I don't know if any other person heard about it. A rape case, and there was a particular time. Was it last year? We see anytime you enter that social media, you see one negative thing and it started causing for me, it started causing anxiety because I would just be scared unnecessarily. So I want to know if constant exposure to things like that, to bad information, really creates subconscious anxiety. I wouldn't want to diagnose myself with anxiety. I just said it actually. So I want to know if it's actually it.
You already answered the question
Yes.
yourself because it affects.
Okay, how?
It affects listening to seeing things that trigger you, that get you scared. There's nothing you listen to, you see, that leaves you the same. It always leaves something inside you, either negative or positive. Whatever you hear does not leave you the same. Goes from music, goes from videos, anything you see does not leave you the same. So if you keep seeing things that keep making you scared, you keep opening Twitter or with X, sorry, and you keep seeing things that get you agitated. You're always terrified. You're always terrified. Omo, you get anxiety. You will get it. You get it from that. If you're always saying things, if you know that your algorithm is always bringing bad things for you, delete X now. Is it by force? Ne? I did not have X until maybe 2 months ago. I've deleted it again. I don't like the thing. My apologies for anybody that has it. I'm not saying you should delete your X, but
Or your
if you find out
screen.
that it's
It's not
deposit
working
fear,
for
it's not
you.
working for you,
Yeah,
delete it now.
your own good.
And if you're using it for business, just go and post your business there and leave the space. Don't stay there for too long. You spend hours on X, deposit bad news for you. You go to TikTok, you see another one again. You go to Instagram, you're jumping from one place to another place. There's this afternoon news too that people listen to like this now. There are different kind of news. There's this Ogbenoton, there's this Bangkok, and different kind of news. Those particular news, when they keep depositing fear inside of you, you are not going to remain the same. You can get anxiety from that particular thing. And you always be scared, you always be anxious. What evil thing would happen next? What bad thing would happen next? What am I expecting to hear? It's like you're looking forward to is it
Exactly.
pessimism or optimism? You are looking forward to bad
Pessimistic.
things happening. It will change your whole thinking. You start thinking, by afternoon, I'm going to get on that thing, and that thing else get that they
Yeah.
rape. And that you now start being cautious.
Conscious,
You'll be
exactly.
suspecting of every single person you meet. You might sit down with someone like this one might be a rapist like that, though. This one might be, even though the person is a good person.
Exactly.
I'm not saying you should not be vigilant as a human being, but those particular
True.
things keep you, they don't leave you the same. You should be careful whatever we consume as people, as human beings. These things are very, very important, and it's something that we should pay attention to if we really want to have a very good mental health. That's
Then
it.
what about days when you cannot say this is what is wrong with me. You just find yourself sad. I mean, it happens to me. Not like sad, and it's not like every time, but when it comes, I just feel like crying. I cannot pinpoint that this is why
Exactly.
I want to cry. Am I being overwhelmed? I don't know. I cannot say. So things like that. What is the cause? Or is it that if we really look into it, I would have gotten what made me like that?
Crying is like, in quotes, like a defense mechanism. Like it helps us to
Okay.
let go of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
things we have in our hearts. My apologies, but when someone lost a loved one, you will see that they will tell you that you must cry. You see them even beating the
Yeah.
person that you must cry, say that you must cry, because they believe crying helps you to relieve yourself or whatever it is that's weighing you down.
No, okay.
But if some people lost some loved one and you don't cry, they believe that no, that means you
Holding
said
on to
you might
it.
follow. It means you are still owing the person.
Okay.
That's from there. The
Yeah.
person can develop schizophrenia when you start believing that no, this person has not died,
Not died. Yeah.
or you
You
start
feel
imagining, you start
yeah.
hallucinating that no,
Yeah.
this person is still with me. More that one would lead to another extreme thing too again.
Okay.
So you crying does not necessarily mean that maybe you are depressed
No,
or
Mentally
I'm
ill.
not depressed.
exactly. You cannot say you are not
I'm
depressed
not.
until a formal test has been performed,
Okay.
have been conducted for you before you can now know if you are depressed or not.
Depressed.
If actually
Okay.
conduct a test on you, now, you might
It
be
could show.
depressed.
Okay.
You might not. Most people don't know they are depressed. You just think that I just feel like crying. I'm sad. Every single thing like this, you're already crying. You're already emotional. You might be depressed, but don't conclude that I have depression
or they
If you've not
don't.
been diagnosed
Okay.
by a medical doctor or a psychologist, if you had not been diagnosed, don't ever conclude that. People do this thing a lot. It's like the example I gave about the OCD and the ADHD too. Don't now conclude that, okay, because I'm always crying at little things, because I'm always sad, that one means that you are depressed. Until
Depressed.
you get a report from a diagnosis from the doctor that says you are depressed, this is the result of your test, then you agree
Okay.
that you are depressed.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think sorry. Aside individual work, like I mean actions to take individually, how can families or members of the family like support people that are passing through this thing? Like you said the other time, because I think one of the things that is at the center of this mental illness of a thing is firstly you have to like accept yourself like for who God has made you to be, who you are, and who you are working towards to be, right? And there's this adage that says, where there's life, there's hope. So nothing is totally off, like totally. So how can family members, like for our audience, how can our family members and people around us help in such situation?
Family members are actually the first support system for
Mm.
anybody. In this part of the world, we live a communal life where our lives are intertwined with our family members. Overseas, when you are 18, you're expected to leave the house. You are 20, some people are 25, they're still in their father's house. Nobody is chasing them away.
Yeah.
And I'm not even
Allowed.
criticizing it at
Yeah.
all. It's not anything bad. So we live a communal life here. So the only bad thing I've seen here is the fact that here in Nigeria, we don't really see mental health as
Big deal.
important, as a big deal. I don't even think some people even believe there's anything like mental health.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't believe there's anything like
Yes.
mental health. If they see their daughter crying, always sad, she's not eating well, she's not sleeping well. Those are the symptoms of depression I just listed. She's not sleeping well, she's not eating well, she's malnourished. The things that used to give her joy before, they don't give her
No
joy
joy
again.
anymore.
All the things I just listed now, if you have depression, that would know like that. Those are the symptoms of depression. And then you just say that, why are you forming? Why are you
They won't
forming?
believe something that started
What's wrong
already.
with you? Why are you forming?
All of
Who are
a
you forming
sudden.
for?
I even
Maybe
beat
she's
you.
always in her room, always isolating herself. After she carries her food like this, back to the room, lock her door. There, she's there already. She's crying again. Like, you don't share. What's wrong with
Or
you?
sometimes they feel the person is running away from
He's running away from
responsibilities.
responsibilities. Most people don't believe there's anything like mental health. Most parents don't believe there's anything like
I
that.
even beat you, Joy.
They will, exactly. Or you see a child that's not paying attention in the class.
Okay.
You don't know if the child has ADHD. That's attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You don't know if the child has ADHD. Then you start beating the child. In the school too, teachers to start killing the child.
Teachers needs to do better.
You need to learn. You need to learn this. It is 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And the child,
It's not getting
or
it.
give the child the classwork. Child is looking elsewhere,
Yes. Absent-minded.
absent-minded. Because schools don't consult, they are not counselors in many schools.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
don't even note. They don't even think to even check the child. If the child, maybe the child has dyslexia or the child has ADHD, they don't even
I
consider
don't
that at
care.
all. They just start beating the child and beating the child.
You must know it.
So the family they have to believe that there's something like mental health,
Okay.
and they should not just conclude that anything someone does means the person is forming or the person is pretending, the person is trying to get attention. Some people do it to get attention. Truly, I understand,
Yeah,
but it
sure.
does not mean I should not conclude. We don't generalize
Yes.
like that. It's dangerous for the individual that's actually going through that
Actually
particular
have
thing.
it.
So you don't generalize until it has been figured out that something is actually wrong. And there's this thing of, okay, we say, if for example, if somebody is depressed, the don't mind the fact that I'm using depression, because depression is the most prominent in Nigeria currently. So for instance, the person is depressed, and then you say, go to your pastor, let him pray for you. There's a place for the Holy Spirit. I'm a believer. There's a place for
Yes.
the Holy Spirit to work on you. And there's a place
For
for
the
the clinical
specialists.
psychologist to do his or her
Their
job
work.
on you. You don't just conclude that,
It's spiritual.
let them just pray for you. You'll be fine. Omo, you go back, you go dey cry, you will not be fine, you will cry again. Better hot tears, you will be sad, nothing will change. It won't change anything until you go to see the right person. Pastors also have a role to play in a particular aspect. When you notice symptoms like this in the person, recommend them to a psychologist or to a doctor. Don't just now lay hands on them and start praying in other tongues. It won't cure anything. There's a place for the Holy Spirit, and I believe in God, that God cures, God can heal, God can cure you, and all of that. But don't if after you've prayed for the person, tell the person to go and see the doctor. Don't just conclude that, okay, I've prayed for you, you're fine. Don't go for any other external thing to confirm if truly, if even Jesus in the Bible said, go and show yourself to the chief, the high priest, to be sure if when he healed the leper, to tell you that you are healed. If Jesus can say that, what more pastors? Why can't they tell the person to go and confirm with a psychologist, those that specialize in that particular, to go and confirm if this person is
No,
truly
huge.
fine.
So I feel like when it comes to mental health. Now, when it comes to mental health, I'm not generalizing it. I feel like men, it's a woman. Should I say? Okay, men are not really favored. In my own perspective, when it
You're
comes
not
to
wrong.
mental
You're
health,
not wrong.
they'll tell you you're a man now. Keep it up, but no, man, no, they cry, no cry, no cry.
Man up.
You understand, man up. You understand? You should be responsible for this. Things like that.
Yeah.
How can we help that? Because a lot of men are going into depression.
I feel like clapping for
without-
you for that question.
Oh.
Honestly, I feel like clapping for you. That's a very good
I
question.
mean, a lot of people, men, they are
Men in
really
particular.
going. Some men will even tell you, I can't tell my family at all. Let me just share it with someone
Because they'll think I'm
else.
weak.
Yeah. So how can we help them?
If you might have heard the fact that they said women are more the highest amount of depression now in the world is from women. Women are the most depressed, but the highest rate of suicide is men.
Yeah, yes.
Men commit suicide the most. Women are more depressed. And it's not like women are more depressed. It's the fact that women tell people their own. They go to see doctors. They show they express their own. Men will never open up.
That
And it is this stigmatization of people saying you are a man. What do you mean you're going to doctor because you are feeling down? What do you mean by that? We have to do better. As this one is to the society. As a society, if we don't curb the reduce the saying of you are a man, tough it out. So men have not cried before.
Yeah.
Oh my god, some men have not cried before. If some men think that if you cry, it means you're already a woman.
Yes.
It means you are weak. That you're not worthy to call yourself a man again. So men cannot cry. You be hearing saying men do not cry. Men do not cry. Omo, you better cry. If you don't cry, if you keep storing everything in your system, you will get to the limit, to the height of it. And the only thing you'll be seeing is a rope or sniper. That's the only thing you'll be seeing in your vision. You won't see any other thing apart from those. That's the only thing that will make sense to you. That the only way I can get freedom is to do this particular thing. You will not see any other thing in your nothing will come to your sight again
Everything
apart from
will
those two
be
things.
good.
So you need to let your be free. Don't be so rigid that because I'm a man. Yeah, I understand the masculinity stuff. You want to express your masculinity. You want to show that okay, I can take care of my woman. My woman cannot be crying, so I should be crying. You understand? But when you leave your woman, go to the toilet, lock yourself up, on shower on your head, and cry. Cry everything out very well. Wash your face, take your bath, then go out and go and play ball with your friends, or go and watch ball with your friends, or do something fun. But don't say, I cannot cry. I must not cry. I must not cry. I must not cry. That's very dangerous. So society has to do better. We should stop terming men and stop telling them that you are a man, you must not cry, you are a man, you must not do this, you must not do that. No. Men are human beings too. The way women feel is the way men also feel. Because we are gifted with more strength because of testosterone does not mean that we are immune to emotional distress.
Yeah.
Every man can feel down, every man can be depressed, every man can be anxious. The same thing that happens to women can happen to men also. Men also need to learn to speak up. Don't care whatever anyone is going to say. Go to the doctor, see the doctor, speak to them. Please help me.
What's going on?
This is what is going on with me. Help me out. Don't start saying, don't worry, I'll go next week. I'll go next week. I'll go next week. I'll go next week. And start procrastinating until the thing gets worse and it cannot be solved again.
I mean, emotions also run inside of men.
Can they talk to a loved ones to
That's actually the first stage. Speak to a loved one. And things I listed before, do them. If after you do those things, like doctors will say, the symptoms still persist, then you should go and see a
it's
psychologist.
more like if you don't have money for a therapy, those are the things you can
Can
do
do.
Can do
first. Okay.
first to confirm you, not that you don't go to the psychologist at all. You still have to go. If those things still are still there after like 2 weeks, then you have to go and see a professional.
And I think parents has to do a lot as touching this. Like the way you are trying to protect a female child, try to also protect a male
Yeah.
child. Like, fine, there are I don't even believe there's a work a lady cannot do. Even like if you feel a man can cut grass, a lady can as well. So let's not make like parents should not make it as if okay
This
in the home,
particular
yeah,
role.
from the child, like the way they are being raised, like let them be raised that okay, you also can do this, you also can do this. Okay, if a man is feeling like this, okay, you also can like
Feel like
express
this.
yourself that okay, this is how you are feeling as a boy, like growing up. I think parent has a lot to also add to
Yeah.
that. Not that you get some
Yeah,
people are so
some
hard.
people raise their boy child to be to be emotionless. Like you should not have any emotions at all.
You get
They raise
yes.
their boy child to be that very stern, masculine,
Person.
in quotes, toxic masculinity because they feel that men should be tough. You should tough everything out. Don't give down to anything. All the ladies, they raise them to be subtle, to be a princess, to be a queen. No, that's why you see men these days that don't care about the emotions of a woman. They go from this woman, they break this one heart, move to another one, break that one heart, breaking hearts everywhere. They cannot feel, they cannot love again. They don't have that capacity to show love anymore.
Mm,
They don't have it because they've been brought up to just be tough and just forget it, but just be stern. Don't show any emotions. Don't portray any emotion. Don't show any weakness in quotes. That's where they've been brought up. We need to bring our boy child to know that they can also feel. They can also express their emotions. They can also love. They can also cry. Don't turn them to demigods and now start making them feel like they are second to only to God. No, it's not right.
mm. So, what role does exercise, meditation plays in mental health?
Exercises help a lot, and meditations to help a lot. Meditations help to calm the spirit, helps to calm your soul and your mind and your body. During meditation, you don't think of any other thing. You just like you're just there, you're just calm. Meditation helps a lot to calm your nerves and everything that's going on with you tends to leave at a particular moment. It helps you to just be yourself and just exist.
Mm,
Things like yoga, those
mm.
are relaxation exercises. Those things to help.
So, my concern now is about drugs. We have a lot of young people that are into drugs now. We don't smoke
Hello,
colos,
one, two, three. Just
or
call
Weed,
us.
weed,
many different kinds of
eh,
things.
drugs like that. And most of them, the thing is, I noticed that. Okay, let me put this personally. I did one of my trainings in what's it called, Arrow, Abeokuta, and I can tell you for the fact that 60% of these people were brought because of drugs. So how does it really work? How does it affect our mental health?
Drug does not affect your mental. Drug give you mental illness, new.
I was scared that.
Straight to
Okay,
mental illness.
okay.
It's going to go straight to mental illness. And what mostly causes the use of drugs. There are many factors that can influence it. Sometimes even depression is part of what can make someone
Yes,
start
starting
smoking
Mm,
just to feel good,
good.
just that dopamine, just to stimulate that dopamine in this brain to make this each herself feel good at a particular moment. Then the person can get hooked When the person gets hooked, person gets addicted to it, person keeps using it to feel good,
Yeah.
then the person feels like, okay, this one is not working again. It start like, okay, but with alcohol. Alcohol is not doing enough work. Let me move to cigarettes. Let me move to weed. Let me move to colos. Let me move to
And then
heroin. Let me move to
combination.
cocaine. You start injecting. You start doing different. You start using you start inhaling different
Sniffing.
kinds of methods. It is stages. You keep graduating and graduating and graduating and graduating until you get to the peak
Finance.
where your brain cannot take it anymore, and then it shuts down,
Okay.
and then
Mm.
you
This one
start
happened.
person start messing up, and then
Okay.
mental illness comes in.
Okay. So what of people that in the process of them, taking the drugs and then they stopped, can it affect them mentally? Maybe they didn't see like money to buy and everything. Is it only when they keep taking heroin like to the next
Wait, let me
stage?
sorry, let me cut you there. You said
Okay.
they don't see money to buy. An addicted person will find money to buy drugs. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, true.
Yeah,
You
we,
will find, you know what
By
addiction
all
is?
means.
You will find money. You, if it's like you have to beg on the road just to get that cigarette, you will find money to buy it though. An addicted person does not, there's nothing like a barrier for an addicted person. You will find a way to get it. So that anyone that can say there's no money for me, so let me stop, the person is not addicted.
Okay. What of those people that they were isolated? Maybe the family members they
Um,
isolated them. They didn't want them to take. So what of
okay.
those people can they like develop this
It
mental
depends on the
illness?
level that you are.
Okay.
Some actually die in that center. What should they call it? Can you remind me? I've forgotten the name.
which one?
The center where they take
Psychiatric.
people, not psychiatry.
Rehabilitation.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Rehab.
Rehabilitation center. Those some people actually die there when
Okay.
they are at the peak of it. Maybe it has
Okay.
damaged their kidney, their liver, their lungs.
Okay.
When they now stay away from it, some die. So
Okay.
the the sicknesses that come with it, the withdrawal symptoms that
Yes.
come with it can actually kill them.
Kill them.
So
Mm.
some people die in rehabilitation centers. They die there because they want to just stop. So it's better to not even start at all. That's the only
So
thing.
what
Don't
if
even
you
start.
start? What's let's for people that have started
If you
now?
started,
Mm.
just go and meet a doctor.
Okay.
Okay.
The
That
doctor
you
will
mean to stop.
recommend you to
Okay.
people in that particular field
Okay.
that can deal
Help
with the
get this.
treatment and the rehabilitation of someone who has been hooked on drugs. But you have to actually make that decision first that I
Yourself.
want to stop.
Yes.
Because you can say you want to stop and then you get there when the withdrawal symptom hits you.
Stages of change.
Oh my god, you will start begging. There's a stage for
Yes.
it. There's
Like
this
you mentioned, stages of change.
there are four stages of it.
You're
Yeah, I hope
correct.
you remind me.
Okay. We have pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. Then
Very good.
relapse. According to my lecturer, he said
Yeah,
relapse is not part
some
of
part of it.
yes because it could actually happen in any of the stages.
Stages.
So
So
I don't need to ask you that again the next one.
yes, thank
If
you.
I do, what triggers some people to smoke is music. Sometimes
Okay.
you're listening to a music that tells you in quotes, I smoked this, I smoked that, I did this, I did that, and you think your brain will not tell you that
And test
alpha,
it.
try it
Try
again
it.
now. Let's forget about the devil even speaking. This one, your brain will want what you are telling your brain. It is what it will
What?
give back
What
Yes,
to
would you
you.
act
exactly.
on? Yeah.
So what you also act on. So you are listening to music that is telling you to smoke. You are watching a movie where they are smoking, Peaky Blinders. Every second, Thomas Shelby smokes. You are watching a series like that, and you say you won't go back. You will relapse.
I
Yeah.
feel like it
Yeah.
starts from lighting a paper
But
or match. All these matches now.
Yeah.
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 So while growing up, I mean,
Yeah.
That
so
one was
I feel that
that can
what
be a
we take
joke.
Yeah.
in
It
Some
can
most
be.
kids just think that's cool because of what they see on
Yes.
television. They've made the media has portrayed doing drugs to be a very cool thing.
normal
That's
thing.
why you see people like in cool, they call them alpha males like Thomas Shelby. You've seen Peaky Blinders, he smokes every minute. You
mm,
see good characters, very fine characters, they smoke. It's to make you feel like it's not really
Bad
bad
a
thing.
thing.
bad thing. It's your
Mm,
decision.
Okay. So then for this I don't want to use the word, but let me just use it for these mad people.
Mentally ill people.
Okay, mentally. So, is there like a remedy for them? Can they like turn back to a normal person?
a in quotes mad person, like you said, is not really again in quotes mad. There are things that are affecting the person's brain.
Okay.
Sometimes it might even be schizophrenia.
Okay.
If the person is seeing things that are not there,
Oh,
person might be hallucinating. Those things can actually make them, or maybe, for example, I saw a naked man this morning when I was coming in the car, and then I was like, this man might think he's in the bathroom like that. Oh, maybe that's why he's naked.
psychologist.
You might think he's in the bathroom. That's why he's naked. And you see that this one just say this one is mad. See madman, see madman, see madman. It might be some of these mental illness are the things
That
that are
cause.
actually prevalent in these people that you call mad on the streets. If you check the GSM manual, it's a very big manual. You will see all these symptoms there, every single thing. Now, it's not the place of a psychologist to treat a what you call a mad person.
Okay.
That's the place of a psychiatrist.
Okay.
It's the psychologist that just evaluates if the person is fit to return to the society.
Okay.
They work hand in hand. Moreover, the psychologist can also prescribe drugs,
Absolutely.
except if you have a PsyD, which is a psychology doctor.
Okay.
That program runs for a particular time abroad. That's when you can prescribe medicines.
Medicines as well.
That role is strictly left for the psychiatrists.
Okay.
I mean, you said something the other time that it is when it is in levels, and so when it has upgraded to a particular level, the only thing the person will be seeing is rope. Like, okay,
Yes.
that's the only option.
That's for
Yes.
So
depression.
it's the same thing as, okay, probably someone that, okay, like they've been like taking those things like depression and all. I don't know what has led to their own mental illness. So the level at which it now reached caused them to feel, okay, I'm in the bathroom, right? Like,
Yeah, things
Okay,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Things like that. Two examples of it.
Can-
Come back.
Okay. I think we have to put a stop, maybe a pause to it because next time
Yes.
you're coming. So,
I'm
Mr.
bringing you back.
Praise, thank you. I mean, for me personally, I enjoyed this episode because
Yeah, I
there are some
did.
things. Because me before, well, better now. Before I used to think he's
Something's
mad,
going.
somebody has. But now, and I believe that everyone watching so has one or two things to say about. So we have a diary for every our guests wherever they come. So it's called our precious diary anyway. So this is a go through. It's one page for you alone. So you fill this for us. Very first. It comes with a golden pen.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
thank
Mr.
you
Prince.
so much.
Sir, on behalf of the Silent Healthcare Podcast, we are giving you this as
Thank
a
you so
good
much.
thing.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank
We're so
you.
glad to have you, Mr. Praise.
And
And
thank you
we'll
for
be
having me.
glad to have you back.
Again
I'll be
and
glad to
again.
come back. I'll be glad
Thank
to
you
return.
very much for your time.
Thank
Okay,
you so
so
much.
thank you everyone. This is the end of this episode, and I want you to take this that if there is one thing you would take from this conversation is that the healthcare works best when system listens to people. Thank you. I see Remain Sims.
If you're Lua,
Eniola,
And this
this
is
is
Inside
Inside
Healthcare
Healthcare
Podcast,
Podcast,
where
where
every
every
voice
voice
matters.
matters. Bye.